This is Open Wheel Live. So I know this one's a little bit late, but I was actually at the race, so that made a big difference as to when I could mess with this one. But anyway, welcome to episode 2. One of the only things we'll talk about is the Indianapolis 500. That was a great race. I didn't like the ending because I'm an Elio Castroneves fan, but overall, IMS put on another great show. Scott Dixon, he did it. Wow, that was a huge crash. If you haven't seen that crash, he went, I'll have pictures, but he went up over Jay Howard and into the catch fence, spun around, hit the grass, spun around, and then back onto the track, leaving only the tub. Wow. I did watch Detroit. So, he was in a walking boot. But that's all we have. And then qualifying. I guess I should talk about qualifying first. Sebastian Bourdais broke his pelvis in 3 places in his hip. And so James Davison replaced him. He wound up doing a wonderful job. Scott Dixon started on pole. There were a few other cars. The Chevys the entire month, the Chevys just seemed to have a huge problem against the Hondas for whatever reason. But overall, it was a great race. Qualifying ended up being pretty good. So in the first 50 laps or so, Scott Dixon led the first 5, and then Tony Kanaan led to 27, and then after that, it was Alexander Rossi, the defending champion, who did start on the front row, but it was Rossi, and then it was Fernando Alonso as well. Now, Sato was up there, as well as Alonso and Rossi. And then, Jay Howard had some problems with fueling. So he was like 5 laps down. Hunter-Reay goes past Jay Howard. Howard slides up into the wall. Tony Kanaan misses him, but as you can see, Dixon just had nowhere to go. And Elio went underneath Dixon. Sustained a little front wing damage, but nothing major. After that, we had Buddy Lazier hit the wall. That was a pretty big crash. And then we had Kimball, Hunter-Reay, and Alonso. All Hondas blow engines. Something happened to Zach Veach. We don't know what happened to Zach Veach. Unless I'm just stupid. But we don't know what happened to Zach Veach. Shortest guy in the field. But, I was so sad that Alonso blew up. Man, he had the best car that day. And he just, I think had his engine not blown up, he would have stuck around and maybe had a shot at winning the thing. But, it is what it is. I didn't like it. but, it is what it is. And then there was a 5-car pileup. And that was one of the best parts of the race. Somebody, or no, it was Servia and James Davidson who took the lead. He went from 33rd to 1st because he didn't set a time on qualifying day, but he went from 33rd to 1st. And that was pretty cool. And then he took the lead. There was a restart, and I guess he was low, and Servia smacked the wall and came back across, collected Davidson, and then Power hit Pagano, and that put Power into Hinchcliffe, and they hit the wall. And then Joseph Newgarden somehow wound up in the inside wall and didn't finish the race. But yeah, it was a good race. Obviously, in the last 10 laps, Max Chilton, who led the most laps, I'm shocked. He wasn't much of a factor last year, but Max ran well this year. Elio took the lead from Chilton on lap 194. And then Sato took the lead from Elio on lap 196. And Elio tried to get back by Sato, but he just couldn't do it. It was a good race. The ending wasn't my favorite, but overall it was a very good race. Now on to the Monaco race that I didn't watch much of. I know that Sebastian Vettel won, Kimi Räikkönen finished second, and Daniel Ricciardo finished third. It was an okay race. It wasn't a great race. I didn't watch much of it. But the beginning was interesting. Because if you listened, Jenson Button told Fernando Alonso that he would pee in his seat. That is what Jenson Button said. And I don't know what to say to that because it's just craziness. I don't know. I know that Jenson Button would later flip Pascal Wehrlein, putting him sideways or upside down. He was up against the wall and he was on his side, I guess. I don't know. But that was fun. Lewis Hamilton started pretty deep in the field, and the Mercedes wasn't on the podium for the first time since 2013. Vettel won that world champion. Yep, so 2013. But it was a good race, I guess, if you watched it. I didn't. So, yeah, there's really not much to talk about. Monaco is Monaco. In upcoming news, Texas is this weekend. I can't wait to watch Texas. I'll have Belle Isle tomorrow. I'll have another one tomorrow talking about Belle Isle, or another video tomorrow talking about Belle Isle. Canadian Grand Prix. So that'll be an interesting race. One of my favorite races of the Formula One season. If I had to guess who was going to win, well, I'll give my predictions tomorrow. But that's it for today. Bye.